welcome back to Open, everyone. A tradition dating back to March 1939 when former Bronx Borough President James Lyons annexed the Manhattan Marble Hill neighborhood to the mainland Bronx. This year marks the 4th anniversary since the Grand and Glorious Army of the Bronx was formed, and continuing the daunting task of annexing it once again. So, Bronx reporter Sabrina Burgess has more on the story.
The glorious and grand army of the Bronx gathered for the 4th annual annexation of Marble Hill, where they took a walk to where former Bronx Borough President James Lyons annexed Marble Hill as the Bronx in 1938. 75 years later, the Army reenacted history as they stood on the same rock John Lyons did to claim Marble Hill to be a part of the Bronx.
You are welcome for all benefits that come to you from this day forth. Up with the Bronx, down with Manhattan.
It's all in the name of good fun and also educating people living in the Marble Hill section about locality and civics.
Bronx, it's very loyal to the Bronx because we see ourselves as the last vestige of New York City. And it's also, the last, real working class borough in the city. We don't have Bellini happy hours with billionaire kids sitting outside wasting their parents' money. It's still working class. It's still owned by the people.
Marble Hill residents came out to support the annexation and celebrate being a part of the Bronx.
Well, first of all, I thought it was hilarious to see there is a march proclaiming us being a part of the Bronx and not Manhattan because we're in such a limbo right now that it just seems like a lighter way of taking that status.
As the rain continued, the Army of Two proclaimed Marble Hill as Bronx land. This is Sabrina Burgess reporting for BronxNet.
Thank you, Sabrina. Welcome back to the studio, everyone. LP21 en el Patio is a brand new music series from Los Pleneros de la 21. And that brings together an intergenerational of musicians and artists, which is really interesting because, they're moving it forward and paying it forward and keeping it alive. And this music series is bringing Bomba and Plena to the people of the East Harlem and the South Bronx. So here now to share more about the series, we welcome LP21's founder, Juan Gutierrez, and then we have booking manager and amazing dancer, Julia Gutierrez Rivera, musical director, Camilo Molina, and percussionist and dancer, Nelson Matthew Gonzalez. So welcome, everyone.
Thank you. Buenos días.
Buenos días. This is wonderful. Bueno, you're becoming a staple here on Open, Juan.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it's only right, though. You're doing such great work within the community, making sure that these traditions are kept alive and or are being taught to generations that may not even know about it. So let's talk a little bit about LP21 en el Patio from you first.
Yes, Los Pleneros de la 21 en el Patio is basically a project coming from a community immigrant initiatives. It's a award that was given to Los Pleneros by the council. And I thought it was a good idea that Julia would produce that. And they got a wonderful idea, got together with Camilo, and why don't we do something and bring the new generations of practitioners. And because basically that's what it is. Young musicians, excellent practitioners that have embraced this music, and they're dealing with the archives of Los Pleneros in terms of music.
Right.
In the catalog. And they're bringing back all these memories, but with a new topping.
Nice, with a new topping. Oye, Julia. So I'm a little casual because, I've been watching everybody in development. I think we've all grown together.
course. Yes, yes.
And it's just hilarious to me. Juan was like, bueno, I thought Julia would be good to produce this. So, Julia, let's talk to you.
Let's do it.
Somehow the baton got passed, how the roles reversed.
Yes,
And you know what? It's beautiful. It's just beautiful that there's a new, fresh energy, and yet he's still a part of it, overseeing it, como diga, como el padrino, even though he's your father, right? But to the rest of them. So let's talk a little bit about your design.
Sure, sure. So, as you know, Los Pleneros de la 21 has always been a family type of ensemble. There's always been different representations, different generations, from elders to youth. We've been going on as a musical ensemble for about 35 years, and with this opportunity that basically was provided to us, we thought, this is the moment in time to allow the younger generation, not only Matthew, Camilo, and myself, but also other Puerto Rican musicians that are coming into New York City to really take a stronger helm into this ensemble and really make sure that even though the Pleneros have enjoyed significant successes for over 35 years, that we can continue the platform for more than 35 years to come, you know. And so it's important for us to have a generational transmission in terms of the elders passing on their legacy, their talent, their wisdom while we're there with them. Not wait until it's too late.
Exactly,
right?
and read about it.
Exactly. So that's what this is all about.
I love it. I love it. Camilo. I have to jump to Camilo because I'm like, bueno, Camilo, I remember when you was like 10 or something, playing percussion, and now you're the musical director of this new presentation. Big responsibility.
Yeah, it is big shoes to fill because he's talking about the previous musical director sitting right next to me. So pretty big shoes to fill.
Lovely though, lovely that you have him right there to mentor you.
Everything that's done is put through him. every decision that's made, everything that's gets the final okay from him. But we thought it was time to kind of take more of a role between all of us, even though I might have that title, but it's between all of us have that time. It was that time for us to continue.
Basically it was time to grow up.
Yeah, it was time for us to get out the background.
We could play, but we have to do the business side as well. And that's the important part of keeping just artistry alive and keeping organizations alive as well as traditions.
We handpicked musicians, and there's a very big continuance of immigration from Puerto Rico, from the island. So many of these musicians, are born in Puerto Rico, were born in Puerto Rico, and recently studied in Berklee College of Music or studied in other music schools here in the States, and then moved to New York to be musicians in New York. There's nothing bigger than that. So, and they all had a deep connection to their heritage and wanted to continue and be part of it. And who better than Los Pleneros? They all know the Pleneros trajectory and where they come from, and who the Pleneros are, and the legacy that is Los Pleneros. And they were all more than willing to be part of it. So.
Congratulations. All right, so let's talk to Nelson before I just sit here in awe over just what's become of the next generation. Wow, yeah. So, Mr. Percussionist dancer, fierce dancer, I might add. Let's talk about your responsibilities.
Well, I'm just here really to help everybody else like Camilo and Julia, and really help out in the band of getting now all the percussionists up to par with all the music, because right now I've been with the Pleneros over 9 years already, so I know most of the repertoire. So now is to teach all these guys all the breaks, all these where the certain punches that we do, our style and how we play, along with Wango, of course, trying to keep that fundamental style of Los Pleneros, because Los Pleneros do have a unique style. It's different than all the other groups from Puerto Rico, such as Plena Libre, Viento de Agua, and so on. So I'm just really there just to really help out and move this forward.
I'm just taking him in because he's over there in the corner, separated from you guys. He's like, yes, I'm going to take a break very soon.
Yeah, he's trying to. It's been 35 years, so he's trying to. He's taking a little vacation now.
You made really good choices. This is awesome.
I was talking backstage with Bill Aguado, and we were talking about the collective memory, and it's truly a family. It's what Camilo said about, Puerto Rican brothers coming from Puerto Rico, young Puerto Rican musicians, artists, that they have the foundation, but they don't know, sometimes they're not acquainted with the experience. And by bringing back all this music that we have in the catalog, is like maintaining the memory and honoring the memory of those practitioners who did this music, who make this music, who perform and sang before them. And not only they have that, they have the reference of a recording sometimes of the music written, and it's really, it's really powerful.
Well,
So
you're all of you, all just sitting here is very powerful, and it's very empowering for the future of Puerto Ricanos, because as a New Yorican, I'm not necessarily, I wasn't necessarily raised with the knowledge of Bomba and Plena. I learned it by surrounding myself with the people who honor it. So thank you for honoring it and passing it on to the next generation. All right, you guys, LP21 and El Patio series will be continuing the series with 4 dates in June. And for a full list of those dates and more information, be sure to visit Los Pleneros de la 21. Well, sorry, Los Pleneros de la 21.org. All right, we're going to take a break, but don't go anywhere. There's more open coming up next.